looking at an advanced storytelling manual, project number 5, which is bringing history to life. So a long time ago, Shawn, a long time ago.
Fellow Toastmasters, today I'm going to tell you a tale of heroism, of friendship, and of a great feat. It all starts a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. There was a planet kind of in the southeastern quadrant of this galaxy called Shawn. And this is a planet that it was inhabited by Wookiees. Wookiees were like big bears, kind of like those, just big hairy animals that walk around, but they were kind of humanoid, and they were intelligent, a very intelligent species, a very loving species, a very family-oriented species. And there was a little young Wookiee named Chewbacca. Chewbacca was a child of about 10, and had about 6 or 7 brothers and sisters. And one day he kind of got lost in the forest. And Kachuk was it's all forest and huge trees. Just think of the redwood forest. You see huge trees. They build their homes in the trees, and very, very hardy, happy people, Wookiees. Well, he got captured one day by the Empire. The Empire was this ruling. They were the rulers of the galaxy, and they were quite evil. And they would capture different people from all over different planets and use them as slaves. And one of their favorite places to take slaves was another planet way on the other side of the galaxy called Kessel. Planet Kessel was just this big giant mining planet where they mined. Actually, it's called spice. It was actual kind of a drug used throughout the galaxy. So in order to mine this in a cost-effective way, they, of course, got slaves to do it. So it ended up Chewbacca was taken to the planet Kessel. Cut to another planet on the other side of the galaxy, Tatooine. There's a young, humanoid, swashbuckling character named Han Solo. He was from another planet called Corellia. But his job was to evade the Imperial police. He was a pirate. He was a smuggler. He was a scoundrel. But he was a good guy. He was just trying to make a living. So he worked for some gangsters called the Hutts, and his job was to bring spice from Kessel back and forth to this planet to make sure these gangsters, had a good income. And he made a pretty decent living at it, but it was pretty dangerous, because he had to avoid the Empire. So his next run, on his way to Kessel, he got into his favorite ship, the Millennium Falcon. The Millennium Falcon is this big kind of saucer ship with these 2 talons sticking out. And it was one of the fastest ships in the galaxy. And it had to be fast because he had to avoid the big, huge starships that the Empire had. Well, let's cut back to Kessel. Well, Kessel, poor little Chewbacca had been working in the mines for about 6 weeks and was just getting so tired of it. He was secretly plotting a way to get off the planet. Well, Chewbacca, even though he was a young Wookiee, 10 years for them is about 100 years for us. So he had a lot of experience. He was actually a pilot, a really good pilot, and he knew where the spaceport was, where they kept a whole bunch of different ships, and captured ships from the Empire had captured all these ships and just kind of dumped them in the shipyard. Well, Chewbacca was planning a way to escape by getting to this shipyard. Excuse me. Little did he know that that's the same shipyard that Han Solo loved to kind of hide his ship in when he'd come to Kessel to steal some loads. He didn't just buy the loads from the Empire, he stole the loads. Because like I said, he was a pirate. That's how he made his living. Well, so the time was there, the time was right, and Chewbacca had about 5 or 6 cohorts with him. They ended up overpowering the guards because Wookiees are very strong, hardy people. They overpowered some stormtroopers, and they made it all the way to the space dock. And they boarded. They happened to board the Millennium Falcon. And as they were getting the Falcon ready to go, ready to take off, all of a sudden Han Solo comes up. "What are you doing?" Comes to the Wookiee's head. And the Wookiee explained to him, "We've been enslaved here. We're captured. We need to get off this planet." And even though Han was a pirate, he still had a very kind heart. And he felt for these people. He felt that it was wrong. It was wrong that they had to be enslaved to do this work. So he said, "All right, let's get off this planet. I need you help. First, help me get all this spice on the vessel, and so we can take off." So they hurried up and they got all the spice on that he could steal, and they went to power up the engines. And as soon as they started to take off, they saw 3 starships up above. And wow, what are they going to do? Because he's basically a barricade. So they planned a way to, as soon as they hit outer space, to hit light speed, which is the fastest speed a ship can go. And they followed paths through space. When you go from planet to planet, you follow a certain path. This path was called the Kessel Run, from Kessel to Tatooine. And the best ships ever done the Kessel Run is about 18 parsecs. Parsecs is a measure of distance and time in that future, in that past. And so they planned it just right. As soon as they hit space, they hit light speed, shot across the galaxy, all the way to Tatooine in 12 parsecs. It was a huge feat, and everyone in the galaxy were talking about it, and it made Han Solo and Chewbacca famous for what they did, especially the Millennium Falcon. It's one of the fastest ships in the galaxy. And the best part of it was that part of Chewbacca's upbringing and part of the way Wookiees were was if somebody saved your life, you owed them a life debt. And since Wookiees lived to about 900 years old, a lot of Wookiees did these life debts with people, and he's told Han Solo, "I'm with you now. I'm with you. I'm here to protect you, and I'll be your friend for life. Whatever you need from me." And from this day forward, Han Solo and Chewbacca became great friends and lived happily ever after. Thank you.